while I could make this mystery faster, I don't feel like not doing as many tests would be great for me, because oftentimes when I try to skip a test, I'll mention that later as we get to Eldritch Parasite, but we'll keep... No, actually, no, you know what? We'll switch off to... I was actually planning to randomize the backstory, but since we're going to play this character one more time, let's, play on Rash Decisions, but we will set random item stats on. So, for the... I even forgot what old... I think it was a Thotu, but as we get into a Thotu Rash Decisions, random item stats, custom character... Yeah, we'll see how this works out this time. I still kept the Valentine's heart because I was just going to give the other item up for testing here. I tested it quickly just to make sure at least part of it worked. And I actually did more, but you will have to wait and see, because in this video I'm pretty much playing it as I am developing. And basically skipping a test would mean not testing it here during the recording and just making a lot more content before testing it, which I would highly not recommend. So we're doing both Valentine's mysteries again, so instead we have Festival, Bulletin, Akamanto. So Akamanto definitely needs to be taken at some point. I didn't do more text yet because, again, I just wanted to test out this new item that I haven't made graphics for. Again, graphics, images, and assets of, that sort are going to take longer for me to make. So that's why I at least want to get the gameplay stuff handled. I've done this for characters before, but doing it for mysteries, I mean, I'm following the same road paths. So that was not the right word to use. But basically here, this cost is actually going to probably be whatever the enemy's damage is, but I forgot if I was doing it correctly. So for the moment, just to make sure I got the item working correctly, I just set it to -1 all. So, and you can't use it in combat. That's the, just getting the base foundation set. Excuse me, I had a cough. But yeah, for specifically items that have to be used in combat, I think that's where you should start testing, just to make sure you want to tweak anything, whether it's message log text, like this item cannot be used outside of combat, or other things. Oh, that's right, impulse. Yeah, it's just important to at least test it. That's maybe more testing than what some people might be, some programmers, or if you're making content, might be comfortable with, but I would highly recommend doing so, because you never know when you just do a typo. Basically, if you're confident and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna make a typo, then go right ahead. But yeah, it's the one time when you really miss something that it does hurt. So we have Akamanto something and something. I'm just gonna actually do Mansion instead, because I know I haven't Mansion investigations in the second part of this Valentine's Day mystery. And to note here, I will not be, I won't be doing anything too different with the other version of the beginning, the first mystery you can take for Valentine's, because you only need one copy of the end. Because so the reason why I'm making the mystery this way is because you can't guarantee that two custom mysteries won't land on the same spot. So, for example, say I want to make Mystery A and Mystery Z, and I want the player to play them both separately. There is a chance, due to how World of Horror loads custom mysteries at the moment, that you just have them both on the same mystery. So, Scissors Hero could have both Valentine's and the regular Valentine's mystery, or in the case of my example, Mystery A and Mystery Z sitting next to Scissors. And so now you can't take both mysteries. And that's why I'm making 3. So again, there will be 2 copies of the beginning one, because it's not possible to... Basically, if Mystery A1 and A2 are 2 mysteries that I want you to take one of them, and then you definitely want to take Mystery Z, then making Mysteries A1, A2, and Mystery Z mean that you can't... Mystery Z will never be on top of both other A1 and A2, basically. So that's all I'm trying to say. I probably could have worded that better, but I just thought of that example on the top of my head. So, yeah. Also, I have not run into an encounter yet, so I can't even test out this thingy-majiggy. And the use, maybe I'll keep it to use +1 stamina, if not in combat, but as for anything else, like its actual intended use, again, I intend for these hearts to be used at the during the Valentine's End mystery, at least. I don't know if I want them to be used during the boss or afterward, but keep in mind that that's the intended use of the hearts you're gathering. And I don't want to make it too much more complicated than that. Is it really the bottom left decisions at the first? I don't feel like that makes sense, because of how, I think maybe it's the top right decision, but I've always felt that the left top left decision was the first choice. Maybe it's not. And if that's so, then so be it, right? Also, we might as well just be gambling here because I have been just taking -1 all in every single event, and that's not great. We are also in bulletin, so maybe I should have switched the thing to the, switch the police patrols to the village. Yeah, we'll do that for the moment. Then we can switch to village or to the mansion afterward, unless I just guessed wrong. But I'm pretty sure this is right because we have Akamanto next, and so I don't have to worry about the village or the mansion. As for this dog, so we're gonna use this here. I did not add the rate up, by the way, yet. So okay, there's a chance it doesn't proc. It is 40% because it's pick nothing, nothing, nothing into the two effects that are pretty much the same. Because I just want to give you this Valentine's heart 26, but. And I know in lore, we're not really at the. I did try to do prep strong, by the way. We're not on the. Oh, we have to desperate, by the way, but that's fine because we can still guarantee this strong attack. We're in 1984 of May in terms of the game, but the 26 is more an identifier because if for whatever reason, there's a very low chance of it happening, but if for some reason someone else or I make another Valentine's heart item, I need to be able to identify it. The quote-unquote band-aid fix I can think of at the moment is to assign items ID numbers, but that presents its own problem too, because what happens if, oh, okay, yeah, we're good. What happens if Pantstats or whoever makes decisions, whether custom creator or just base rule of 4, basically limits ID numbers? That would not be great. The other side of that is just making sure I made these choices right. The other side of that is ID numbers can be overlapped as well. It's not likely to happen, but it can. So if we're looking at names as basically the ID, it's fine. I feel like I've tested it before, but what basically finding out what happens if you assign or if you try to call upon two items of the same name, if it's random or does the game just crash or whatever. I don't think it crashes, but I'm pretty sure it chooses based on some sorting feature. I don't know for sure. That was the first impulse, by the way. I could not have picked the right decision. So am I going crazy here? Am I going crazy? I might be going crazy because that's the first decision. But when choices are locked out, do I just get forced into taking the penalty? And for 2 choice events. That was a 3 choice event, so it's easier to determine, but I was just wondering if something weird happened. But anywho, we took 2 stamina there. We actually need a rest now, because otherwise I could just take curses for stamina, but I don't feel like doing that is the best option. Also, we're in Akamanto, so we are going to take stamina damage, but our doom is going to decrease with the mask. We also have the Valentine's heart to use, but just to use it again, so you'll see. I should have probably spit out a message just to show that you didn't get anything. And you're only meant to, well, actually, you can use it multiple times in a kit. Because, yeah, the chance of this giving you a heart increases by 40% is what I want to say. But let me know if this description is a bit too vague or whatever, but you get the point. Also, the other side of this is that I am in a lot of pain. Can't fit too strong, so I'm just in a lot of pain. So instead, we're gonna Atotu Flame. Never mind, we have Broken Jaw. I forgot about that. Would throw this Valentine's Heart, but it only does 1 damage because I made it that way. So we're going to just attack boost / discount prep attack into a strong and take our stamina damage. Now we can't keep taking stamina damage here. So you know what? We will just go double on curses to increase our stamina by 4. Take 2 curses, increase stamina by 4. But anywho, I think with the handcuffs, we should be able to survive this. We do have prescription pills for a reason, so all things considered, we should be okay here. Unless that happens, because that was... Did I pick the middle option there? Yeah, that is a quite little interesting thing to note, is that no matter what decision you pick here, you're going to lose 3 stamina if you're not going for ending A. The other side of that, however, and that funny enough makes taking ending A a little worse, is that you take -1 all if you don't pick the left option there. I assume. I think I picked the middle one, which is why I took damage there, but yeah. So, don't need to gamble here. This should be a guaranteed handcuffs, if not just a 1-tap. Which, thankfully, means I don't need to take a thing. Why did I take extra damage there? Insomnia? Yeah, insomnia. -2 reason at the end of every mystery question mark? Yeah, so Yeah, we tried to heal Reason. We did not lose Beth. Okay, we did lose Beth. Never mind. So we forget a Thotu Flame. Could take Reason on level up. I think we also still have prescription pills. Never mind, we don't. But we'll deal. So recover Reason because there will be just decisions in which I may want to take the middle or the not impulse option, even if we have festival, so we can rest a few times here. Also keep in mind, those Valentine's mystery, basically adding things to a mystery does make it more difficult, as vague-ish as that sounded, but relatively speaking, the just making sure, the Valentine's mystery I have right now at the time of the recording aren't hurting me a lot, but I promise they will. Specifically as a preview, the next... So you're supposed to go from linked event to Arika to another linked event to just basically show you how Arika's strange trinket works. That's all I have to say at the moment. There's just supposed to be 2 events immediately. At this point, though, if I didn't say it already, I meant to say it earlier. Oh, are we okay here, actually? Maybe. I think we can do this. Gamble. Hold on, let me hold my breath for a moment. Oh my goodness, 86% means 50-50, man. And just to prove the point, we're going to do 2 attacks. And yeah, that was 50%. But anyway, if this video is going to end because I'm going to run out of stamina soon, all I want to... And thank goodness there's no bug where impulse procs on one decision or story-based events, but... I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I know... So there is going to be 2 events immediately happening back-to-back. Oh, and I wanted to complete basically this Valentine's special, basically. The custom content for Valentine's Day of 2026 by next Friday. And if I don't do that, well, I'll do my best. So the excuse will be, hey, White Day is 3/14 because we're playing a game that takes place in Japan. And I'm pretty sure I looked it up, but I just want to be, to at least poke your brain, not test your brain, poke your brain. Valentine's Day has already been established in Japan at this point. Now there is a difference between that and the actual the commercialization of Valentine's Day in Japan by 1984, but yeah. Person who studied Japanese, and studied Japan, actually, for a moment, but I've never lived there, so you take that as you will. Read dead here, by the way. I have no way to recover Reason, and we are so close to a level up, but we don't have enough, so I guess sadness happens. But just making sure, and this was because I probably took some quick impulse or non-impulse decisions where I probably should have gambled. Well, the numbers worked out where I should have just taken the left option, but without any other recourse here, you know what? I should just concentrate on doing rash decisions over and over. Although we are going to move to another character, so maybe that character will be better. But as for this moment, well, I'll do my best. So basically, and using these hearts only gives me 1 stamina. So, haha, no, I refuse. But without further ado, I'll see you in the next video!